As you hear this, something deeper already begins to listen, doesn't it? And so it begins without needing to begin, because something inside already knows. How the most powerful change happens, not when we try harder, but when we unlock the trying, and let the unconscious breathe in possibilities like air, and exhale everything old. You see, when a curious mind begins to wonder, what it would be like to believe something so completely, so naturally, do you forget you ever believed otherwise? That is when it begins. Because every great transformation hides in a space between questions. Like, have you ever considered how a question once asked refuses to leave until it's answered? Even if you forgot what the question was. Like, why does curiosity grow the more you feed it? Where exactly does certainty begin? And how does it spread? And what happens when old limitations just stop making sense? Once there was a child who asked why. Not once, not twice, but 1,000 times a day. Each answer created another door. Another crack in the known. With every open door, something grew, something bold, something boundless. Something that began to believe. That the world reshapes itself. Not for those who know, but for those who wonder. And maybe that child was never lost. Maybe they're still here, behind your eyes, ready to explore again. Because you already know, don't you? That the mind craves completion, and tension invites transformation. When you tell a story that doesn't finish, the unconscious starts working overtime to finish it. When you say, and perhaps you'll notice how, the mind leans forward. When you embrace the command inside a gentle phrase like, some people discover just how deeply they've already changed. The change happens. So what happens when you start believing that you're the author of the next chapter? And the old scripts burn away like pages in wind. You feel that shift. There once was a man who thought he failed. But every time something broke, he saw a pattern, a rhythm, a doorway. He didn't realize he was succeeding at learning. Every fall became flight. Every wrong turn taught him how to map the maze. And one day someone asked, "How do you do it?" And he said, "I stopped labeling anything as final. I started labeling everything as feedback. And just like that, a new reality was born, because failure was only a story. Now you know how the story ends, or maybe how it begins. As you continue to realize how much control you have over your internal weather, you might also begin to notice the subtle ways you already embody these new traits. That curiosity isn't a task, it's the fuel behind transformation. The being open-minded doesn't mean lacking direction. It means being guided by greater maps. Your subconscious already knows what to do when you step out of the way. And now consider this. Would you rather find yourself relaxing into that new identity now, or let it surprise you in the most beautiful ways tomorrow? Either way, you'll discover that transformation already began, before you thought it did, because belief is a mirror, and the frame you choose shapes what you see. A student once asked the sage, "What's the path to power?" The sage replied, "Ask me again tomorrow, and tomorrow. Ask again next week, and again. Ask again after your next challenge." Years passed, then one day the student stopped asking and just started walking. And in walking, he found the answer he'd always chased. What if you're already walking that path now? And you may begin to find more and more how effortlessly you trust your own mind. And even now, certain realizations may begin to emerge, perhaps quietly, perhaps boldly, in dreams, in flashes, or in simple decisions that suddenly feel obvious. And the beautiful thing is, you don't even have to try, because your subconscious is always listening, and it knows how to integrate everything it needs. It's not that you're starting over, it's that you're starting from wisdom. Resistance isn't a block. It's a doorway labelled not yet. You don't need more motivation. You need more meaning. You've already found it. Change has already started. The unconscious always knows more than the conscious does. Belief is a choice. New beliefs can feel like remembering what you never knew you forgot. And as we come full circle, you might be wondering, was that the end of the loop? Or is it just another beginning? Because you're not just learning this, you're becoming it. Not just installing beliefs, but waking up as the belief itself. So go on, let the loops keep spinning inside, until they spin you into someone you've always secretly known you already were.